Congratulations on completing your first week of SOC213. And I wanted to let you know how much I really appreciated your participation in our first voice thread. You guys looked like you guys had a good time, and that you also were able to work through it fairly easily. So it didn't look like you were having a hard time with it at all. Your comments, very appropriate for sociological imagination. I was really thrilled to see that you understood the text on that. Particularly, let's see, what did I note? I noted, Adam, your interest in, or your discussion of Lieutenant Dan and how he was coming back from war, and he was, fine when he went in, but when he came back, society wasn't ready for him to have the issues that he had, in terms of being disabled, and then the emotional issues, and there wasn't any support from him. He had to figure that out on his own, and that is definitely a product of that time. Today, there is a lot more support for soldiers who come back with severe issues and handicaps. So that was an excellent connection. Angie also did a great job in identifying Jenny and how sexual abuse contributed to her life as a drifter, so to speak. And it took her until after Little Forrest was born to settle in. Again, not having much support for those issues at the time. Holly, great job. You talked about Forrest. Definitely not understanding why the things that he did was such a big deal. Yeah, that was really interesting. And what's also interesting is that for people during that time who had low IQs and were fairly simple-minded, and there wasn't a whole lot of support. Typically, if the issues were severe enough, they were ostracized from society. There wasn't a place for them. So again, good discussions about sociological imagination. Let's see, then we moved into the idea of connecting it with ourselves, our own biography. And Angie, you did an excellent connection between your discussion of teen parenting and today, how it seems to be glorified in some of the, not sitcoms, but the TV dramas and series that involve teens, and that, it's nothing like that experience at all. And I thought that was a great connection. Let's see, what else did I note about that? Let's see. Oh, and then the idea that today, that you're still able to set goals and achieve them. That's a really big deal. We need support for that. And again, in the past, it's something that was, teen parents were not ostracized, but kind of. You look down upon. And today, it's more socially acceptable, and unfortunately, in some TV shows, glorified. So, excellent point there. Let's see, who else? Holly, I really liked your point also about unemployment, because it's a great example of what happens in our economic times, especially since about 2006 or so. Up until the present day, jobs are a little bit harder to come by, and some jobs continue to be lost as a result of outsourcing and technological advances. So it doesn't mean a person is lazy, like some folks like to make a comment that, if you don't have a job, it's your own fault. I've been unemployed, so I get that. And, sometimes it is the context of the circumstances that makes it challenging to find work. Doesn't relieve us of responsibility for continuing to look, but it does shed light on the challenges. So great job, great job, great job. Christian, let's see, we did the Christian connection there, Christian perspective on a sociologist. And, I liked what Brian had to say about the world. Says we evolved from some sort of animalistic fashion. I forget exactly the terms you used, but a Christian sociologist sees everyone is made in God's image, and that does influence the perspective that we take when we take a look at any sociological phenomenon. So that's great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I also noticed in the introductions that we have a good variety of folks in our section of the course. The voice thread was actually a combination of two courses. Another professor is also working on SOC213, And so you've met some people from that course as well in the introductions. But we have folks who are, let's see, first year at CBU. We have returning to school after 9 years. We have someone expecting a new baby, yay, and retired military. So that's great. And then we have, let's see, somebody who is taking care of their kids full time. Awesome, 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 awesome. So welcome to the course. So let's talk about what we've got going on for next week. Or excuse me, next week is this week. It's this week, week 2. So let's take a visit into week 2. We've got a lot going on. Okay, so first off, you'll see that we are going to be working with chapters 2 and 3. See a mini lecture here, so you can take a look at that. But chapters 2 and 3 have to do with our theorists, and they also have to do with sociological research methods. So you want to take a good look at that. It's going to help you out with your service learning project as well. Let me skip all the way down to here, the sociologist wiki. So you want to finish those up by the end of this week. The groups have been created, so you guys can go in and start building your work, and you want to get it done by Sunday at midnight. Then you have until the end of week 6 to kind of go back, look over those wikis, sociologist wikis, and comment on them and participate in discussion with each other. Okay, so let's close that one out and take a look at our data workshops this week. Oh, you are going to have a good time, because those theories that you're talking about, you're going to get a chance to apply them from a sociological perspective by taking a look at celebrity gossip. Okay, celebrity gossip, and how the theorists would perceive and interpret some of the things that you see. So you want to go into this PDF here, Theories of Celebrity Gossip. It'll give you all the directions. If you have questions, just shoot me an email or send me a Twitter message. Call me in the office, either way. Okay, but that's the connection to what's going on this week. So we're doing celebrity gossip in terms of how theorists would interpret it. Okay, then you have your service learning project. You've already identified where you're going. You have already described that organization a little bit. So now I want you to kind of take a reflection and tell me, what is it that attracted you to that particular service that you want to look at. And in doing that, you are going to create a 30-second video. So this is animoto.com. You sign in, create your free account, and then you can create a video. So for example, this is, let's see, I'm going to show you one that I did for faith integration for faculty workshops. So this is a 30-second video. Let's see, we get it to launch here. Woohoo! Can we get it to launch? There we go. Play. Okay, so that's Animoto. That's creating your video. So let me show you how to walk through the steps. Basically, you're going to find a series of images. You're going to find a set of images in order to upload them into Animoto and do that 30-second video. So it starts off with being able to select your background. So we're just going to select a background here. Make my 30-second video right here. Okay, and then it's going to move to the template. It's loading. It's loading. All right, welcome to Animoto. Don't tell me you changed the layout. I don't want to hear that, and they did. So we're going to walk through this one together. Simplified layout. I kind of like the other one. Okay, so here we go. This is where you get to add pictures. And oh, that's kind of neat. They didn't have this option before, but you can pull your pictures from a few different places now. So upload it from your computer, you can do Facebook, and then they have a collection of pictures, so you can find things there. Then you get to choose your music. All right, and then you go through, this is your genres of music. You can upload your own, but they have some things that you can select from. The song that I chose for mine was actually from the Gospel Christian area section of their website collection, and it was Legacy, so you can choose whatever you want. And then to clarify what you want to say on your images, you can add text. Okay, so headers, text, lets you know how many characters you can have per line, 22 for the header, 30 for the text. Okay, and then once that's done, this little section should be highlighted that says produce video. Okay, once you produce the video, then you go back to Blackboard, and to your wiki project, and let's just say, for example, I was going to add a video right here. I could edit my content. Okay, and you see all these crazy codes, right? Okay, you're going to get well, actually, let's turn that off so we can see regular text. But you do have the option to go back and forth. But what you do is you add a link to your video all the way at the bottom. So let's just say I'm going to return here, and I'm going to title it my service learning video, not in red text. And we're going to get the link. So the link comes from Animoto, and I'm going to go back to my project page for my videos and get the code for one of them. All right, so let's see. Actions, where's my code? Where's my code? Oh, I know. If actually, when I go back here from the video area after I created, I think I'm going to find it down below. So let's just give it a second to load. Yes, so we'll have share or embed, and there's actually a couple different ways that you can do that. So if you want to share it, it should give you a link that you can put into your wiki page. Share link. Okay, copy link. And then we take it back to our wiki page, and we can paste it in right there. Okay, and then we're done, and we can submit. Definitely submit. Don't cancel or it won't appear. You can submit. The other thing you can do, if you turn the edit mode off, and it goes back to all these little funky codes, you can get a code to add at the end of your, at the end of the last set of codes. And the code comes from same area, but it's embed, so you get the embed code. And what's nice about embed codes is that as soon as you click submit, then that video just appears, and all your classmates have to do is click on the play button. All right, so it's retrieving the embed code. That's new. There we go. So we get to copy the embed code, go back to our wiki. All the way back to the bottom. I like to return a couple of times. And then you paste it. So you add more what looks like gibberish. Okay, and then you click submit. All right, and there it appears right here. Looks like my link disappeared, but that was just sort of because I went back and forth between the edit mode being off and on, and it got rid of what I did before because I didn't save it, so, or submit it. All right, so that's one way of doing your, embedding your video or sharing your video. All right, so let's see. Last thing to talk about is your visit to religious service. Okay, you click on the document and all the directions will be there, but basically the tie into our study is when you get into next week, we're going to be talking about culture and how individuals interact with society. And a piece of that is being able to identify and discuss the differences between two religious services. And your text will talk about things like, you know, from a Eurocentric perspective. It'll talk about, what else? Oh, it's not coming off at the top of my head, but you'll see the comparisons as you begin to read chapter 4. I think it's chapter 4. Okay, so the work today is in preparation for next week's study. All right, and that's it for now. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a call. Again, email me, send me a Twitter message. Look forward to hearing from you. And anytime at all when you guys can use your webcams or your microphones to speak out, you know, in the discussions, really love that. Text is great, but we'll do a lot of writing. Okay, so we can kind of mix it up a little bit. Be kind of nice. All right, you guys have a great week.